Hey everybody, it's Free to Play Bust, starting up expedition number 46. It's the first one of the new patch. Hecarim got nerfed a bit. Um, Callista got upgraded a bit. I think Demacia got a big boost with the upgrade to the Spellbound guys. And let's see how it goes. Icebound Legacy is different now. Still not a huge fan of this. Purify's the same. I think this Mageseeker Instigator is probably pretty good now. I think I'm pretty interested in at least just trying out this Lux pack. I think this is going to be pretty interesting, and then it's a pretty reasonable Arachnophilia Draven. This goes into some pretty aggressive decks. I'm not a huge fan of having to start out with Arachnoid Host because you don't know how much spiders you're going to really end up getting into. But a lot of the spiders are good. Precious Pet's good. The 2-drop that makes a 1/1 is pretty good. But I'm not a huge fan of starting with Arachnoid Host, and as usual, I just don't like Freylord. Although I do think the 7-cost spell that makes an overrun, I guess I should say gives all your units 2/2 and overwhelm. I think it's going to be pretty powerful. I think Freylord had a lot of trouble kind of closing out games, and it should be pretty useful. But here we're going to take this Lux pack, see what we can get into with it. Interesting. I'm not a huge fan of being in here with Jinx. It's just Lux tends to be kind of like a mid-range to control-y deck where you're holding on to a lot of spells, and Jinx doesn't really play to that theme. Although Thermogenic Beam plays in here pretty well. And then kind of also here the problem with Shen. It's kind of interesting actually here with Shen in that he tends to want to be attacking a lot, and that's just not something that we're going to be doing. But he is just a fine unit on his own. What I found is it's okay just to play one Shen and then have access to these Ionia cards. And it is kind of interesting already starting with a Stand United to give us like a 6-cost spell. And Rush is just one of the premium combat tricks. So that is a pretty interesting set of cards. And here, the Callista stuff isn't super exciting. It just doesn't pair well with what we're trying to do. Blackspear did get nerfed to cost the mana more. And here's the upgraded list Callista. She doesn't bond anymore, and then she resurrects units on her flip. She's also one of these units that, a 4/3 fearsome for 3 is just statted pretty well. So if you're pairing her up with like Hecarim or something, then you're fine with just having one Callista. She's just a good unit on her own. But here, I think I'm going to take this Shen pack and see what we can get ourselves into. It seems pretty interesting to pair with Lux. We'll probably be looking, the two things we'll be looking for mainly are cards like Succession. We're going to want Succession, and we're also going to want the 8-cost spell that makes 2 elites. And then the other thing that we probably can pull off with this, we'll have to find them out of like the kind of opposite packs is we'll want Challengers. Challengers will play well with Shen. We should end up having a reasonable number of combat tricks and just kind of give us something to do in the early game. But here, this is kind of interesting. This is a good pack all in itself. I'm really interested in this guy. I think this is going to be extremely good. Just making detains, even if the detain breaks at some point, if you're able to stop a unit for a couple turns or force your opponent to focus on the instigate or whatever you've dropped the detain on, as opposed to one of your high value units like Lux. I think that's all around just a win. Also pretty interested over here. The innovation plays extremely well with Lux in this spell heavy kind of deck, but I don't really want to branch out into Piltover. I really just kind of want to stay in 2 colors here, and everything that we need to get done we can get done in these 2 colors. This is pretty okay as well, but we already have Rush. It seems like we're going to be having trouble getting into combat at the moment. We at least need to get some kind of early game units in the deck here. We do already have one Investigator, but I feel like this is a card like we're just going to want 3 or 4 of. Just making detain is so extremely powerful. So let's start here. I think I like this. Here, this just isn't what we're trying to do. We aren't going to be doing recall things. This is pretty nice. Back-to-back's great combat trick. We definitely want one back-to-back on our deck. especially important now that it costs 6 and will turn on our units like the Investigator. And the Conservator is just all around great in this kind of deck as well, just getting a little value early and making a guaranteed 6-cost spell. This is our kind of last... I think we'll have one more chance to pick up Piltover cards if we want to. Eager Apprentice is the unit that we want, but this just plays poorly without being in a heavy Piltover deck. So I'm going to take the back-to-back and the Conservator. More of the stuff we want. This is interesting. I do really want these Challengers. This is interesting. I feel like we definitely want Vanguard Sergeants as well. We'll take 3 or 4 of these Conservators given the chance. But I think these Challengers are the thing that we need the most here. If we're going to take one of these packs, the Sergeant is going to be better than the Redeemer. We just don't really... Like, the 4 Demacia is just extremely important, and getting the known 4 Demacia is typically just better than drawing a random card. And so I would rather take this Spellbound pack if we're going to take one of these, but I think these Challengers are just going to be super important. So I'm going to go ahead and pick these up. Right, because a lot of our spells are like, rush and back-to-back. We're going to have to be getting into combat to cast a lot of these spells, and this is what we want to be getting into combat with. Okay. This is new. They added Mobilize to... I didn't think they added it to Relentless. I thought they added it to the Elites deck and took back-to-back out. But apparently not. There it is. It's in Relentless. Here, I'm pretty interested in just taking this standalone and Riposte. We don't have a lot offered up here. These aren't the kind of value cards that we're really looking for. I don't really want Mobilize. We already have one back-to-back, and so we're just kind of left with this pack. Okay. More interesting things. I am a pretty big fan of Remembrance. The thing here is we are kind of lacking on units. The units and spells aren't exactly right because we do have things like Succession in our deck. But these are the kind of things that we're really looking to have in here, since they, make units and count towards doing Lux things. I don't know how many of these Mageseeker Investigators is too many, but I don't feel like 3 is that number. Otherwise, I am kind of interested in Learned Duelist, but I think I'm more interested in taking Remembrance. The Prismatic Barrier is one of these extremely important tricks, though. But we aren't really built into a deck to abuse barriers, like we are in a standalone Prismatic Barrier deck. We would be interested in the Solitary Monk if we see it, but we aren't really running down that path yet, so let's take the Remembrance. Okay. This is fine, but I think we're kind of doing okay on combat tricks right now, and we do have access to 3 Detains. So Will of Ionia is not super important. Here, this pack is okay, but it's just not what we're really trying to do. This is what I'm interested in down here. Just an all-around cheap unit. This is going to be good early and good late. Even if we have to play him on 2 without the bonus, that's completely fine. He's still statted well. And the Scaled Snapper is just a good all-around good control-y card. Just dropping a 2/5 can clog up the board for quite a while against a Noxus deck. So these are cool. Help our curve a little bit. Okay, we aren't particularly interested in Senna. We aren't able to do Senna things with this deck, but this looks pretty good here with the Conservator and a Prismatic Barrier. That's a pretty easy pick. Okay. More interesting things. Can we abuse this Jeweled Protector? I'm not super interested in it because I don't really want the Shadow Shift. We don't have a whole lot to do with it. We're really just like boosting a Challenger or something. That's not too exciting. Not real interested in Mobilize either, although I would like the War Chefs, so we'll just take the Challenger and the Evasion unit. Which one is this? I think this is the weakest of the new ones, but he's still fine. Like, the 3 health on him is kind of weak. We'd rather this be a 3/4. If you're used to playing Chumpwumps, then you'll know how much losing that 1 bit of health actually means, because this trades with like 2 drops now. And a lot of 3 drops, like, if you look at our 2s, it's like a lot of 3 attack units. The 3s tend to all be 3/3s. And so it used to be able to just kind of hold the ground twice against a lot of units. Now it can't really do that anymore. So I'm not like super excited about that. This is kind of interesting here. The On Guard is always extremely powerful. I think we can do quite a bit with it. I do like having one Spirit's Refuge. And over here, I don't feel like we really need single combats. I wouldn't be upset to have them, but we aren't like really in a Fiora deck or an Elites deck where these play particularly well. So let's take the On Guard and the barrier. We got to detain for real. Interesting, interesting. I think this is all we want to be. Our curve is pretty bad. We're really looking for early drops, and this guy holds the board down pretty well. These are okay, but not super exciting. I don't like the Lifeblade if we aren't in like the hand buff deck. This guy's fine. He plays well early and late, but I think it's just a little bit slower than the Vanguard Defender, because you can play it in trade, but the Vanguard can last over multiple turns. I could be convinced about the single combat and the Lifeblade, but I don't think so. I think I just want the Detain and the cheap unit. Okay, which one are you? I've already got 3 of these. I think that's probably enough. Here, I think we just want the Protege and the Chain Vest. Really help us solidify the early game a little bit more. Having a lot of Proteges does quite a bit of work towards getting us to the mid and the late game. I think he's all around just one of the best 3-drops. And here, I think we're going to take one of these War Chefs packs. I don't think we want Sown Seeds. We are kind of light on top end, which Yusari really helps with, but we can probably find something suitable later. It's not a huge deal at this stage of the draft, and so I don't know how much we can actually get done with Relentless Pursuit. We do have quite a few challengers. I don't think this Herald of Spring is going to be particularly exciting, so let's just take the Pursuit. Here, I want to keep the Vanguard Defender. I think I want to keep all of these, actually. Well, we don't really need Scaled Snapper. We have pretty heavy on 3-drops. We've already got 6. That should be enough. And the Barrier will play pretty well with our challengers. I think I'm okay with that. Alright. Let's get in. Pasture Master. Is that a poop joke? Okay. So, interesting things. I think like I'm okay with playing standalone on War Chefs. I don't particularly want to keep this Persuader since we have the Chefs, so I'm okay with getting rid of it. Remembrance is a little expensive for an open keep. So now the idea here is if we want to just make a bad Fiora and the Protege with standalone on it, or if we want to go ahead and get the Chefs down. I think I'm pretty okay with just making a bad Fiora. And we don't have to stand alone right away.
Strength and grace, beauty in the play.
See if we can't get a little bit of juice out of this attack here. And as far as elusives go, they just made Navori Conspirator a 2/2, which is pretty big. Okay. I feel pretty safe just trying to take down his challenger. The only card he can have like a Demacia card, which would make this go wrong. But actually, no, he can't. So all he can have is either Radiant Strike or armor. That's fine. Do a little work with our makeshift Fiora.
Confine and contain.
Let's move!
This will work out. I'm quite okay with just purifying this.
Search them.
It's hard to get a good purify.
Hang
So
on, sir!
it's probably about as good as it's gonna get. Huh. Interesting. This can be our 6-cost spell for the game. If we're gonna play this, do we just not want to play units at this point? Like, how okay are we with just passing? I don't like just passing. There's a lot of time going on between now and combat happening, or our next combat happening. It comes down to it, like, we can get a good relentless pursuit this turn. These aren't units I'm too excited to be doubling up on though.
Time for a leap of faith.
Look at all those values.
You call this hard and fair? Feel the sizzle! Aha!
You can keep the conspirator. I'm not super worried about him.
Eat up, friend!
He's not able to race us at this point. This should be good. But we've got a Lux. We should be able to protect her for a bit. If he has like a detain for Lux, it's not super scary. We can interact with any unit he puts on the board. I want to hang on to this to get the detain out of it. Let's pass. I'm okay with just trading chefs for this thing if it comes down to it. And if he doesn't open, we can play Barrier Lux and not worry about this attack anymore. Demacia Aonia doesn't have any ways to deal direct damage to Lux and break her barrier.
The sun is shining. We should too.
Oh shit, that'll kill my that'll kill my Lux. That's not the play of the day. We'll have to wait till she flips before we try to reckon him. Which, you know, isn't really that far away. So we're gonna eat 7, that's okay. We can gain 5 with this if we need to. There's a good chance we're just gonna be flipping Lux next turn as well. And this is fine. On guard. Neato. Okay, so I don't think we need to quite worry about that. We're gonna pull this in, we're gonna hook this in. We're gonna go ahead and barrier lifesteal this.
Can't fight on an empty
It
stomach.
does kind of put our Lux at risk, but it's hard for him to have a combat trick we really care about here. Like if he you know, wants to block with this and back to back, then we can just flip her with the Relentless Pursuit and she won't die. Big decisions being made here.
You call that sneaky?
Bring it in the back-to-back. Aonia. Okay. So we want to go ahead and do this in combat. Like, are we even... I do want to get the final spark this turn. I do want to start killing his stuff. So this is okay. I think I'd rather just play Relentless Pursuit than I would On Guard. We can still get some more value out of this turn with these attacks having the final spark.
worth it.
We do have the option for a good Reckoning next turn. This is, I think, what we're really looking to pull off. We'll still Final Spark this down, because Reckoning won't kill this, and then we'll see if we still have a good attack at that point. I'm really just kind of wanting to hold the Protege back, and then play Reckoning. If this only gets one card, that's reasonable value for it. Even if we lose our chefs, we aren't real keen on this war chefs doing anything the rest of the game, and I do want to start making detains.
The balance requires a watchful eye.
We could attack into Shen, but I don't think that's real high value. I'm pretty sure he's just going to play a unit next turn. But that, clearly, I mean, he's going to play a unit next turn, but he's likely not just going to open with Shen. I don't want to just put Lux in front of it when we don't have any mana, but I feel like he's probably going to play some kind of unit so that Shen can have barrier. There's not really anything we can do about this trade, but I do want him to have to trade, so let's go ahead and Reckoning. I'm okay with losing the chefs, they aren't doing anything. If he has like a +3 attack, then this is pretty bad, but it's not the end of the world if this fails.
As it had to be.
That'll give us at least another Final Spark. And so if he doesn't attack right now, then he's just going to lose his unit. Yep.
Lights out.
Okay. Let's get some dudes on board. We can always start with the cheaper one. I don't think we need to reveal that we have Detain unit quite yet. I don't think he'll actually play anything behind either. Or if he does, it's at least not something that Final Spark will kill. He knows that we can deal 6 damage to his units. Yeah, I'd say he's just going to keep passing, so we lose our Final Spark. Then I'm going to go ahead and open. There's a lot of things that can make this attack go wrong. And the scary thing at this point of the game for us is we don't really have any top end left. We just have Remembrance.
Strength in grace, beauty in the play.
These are dangerous lands.
Sure.
Magic has no place here.
Certainly okay with detaining this.
The advantage is mine.
Okay, I'm gonna block this so I get the spell, and then I'm gonna detain the Lifeblade. I think I want to use the Silverwing Scout to hold it. Like, our choices would either be Silverwing Scout or 3/3, and this is just a little bit tougher to kill.
Halt.
I don't think I need to block this though. If he has a deny, then that sucks, but I don't think he can actually kill us with this. Maybe I should use this in case he does have a deny here. It's easy for us to block all his other units, but we may need to do some blocking on this thing. Okay.
Two worlds, one balance.
Not the most exciting winner's breath. Cythria, that's fine. Not a lot we can do about her. We'll probably have to use this defensively, try to use it on his turn. We can't really force any good attacks here. I mean, we can Winter's Breath and On Guard and hook this with a 3. That doesn't seem that great. I think we are good to attack with everything. So we want Shen, I want you here. These can get in. Then we have a barrier to protect this if he wants to make the block.
Your place is still in the mortal world.
Yeah, we feel pretty far behind this game. I have to assume that just like him still having 5 cards in his hand, he's just got a lot of top end going on in here. And I don't think we don't have a lot that we can do about it. We really needed to keep our lucks. Might be able to kill him before that really matters.
Where you go, I go.
This is a reasonably scary attack since we only have 1 blocker. So we'll have to see if this Winter's Breath will come off.
Follow my lead.
Nope. So I mean, we're gonna have to block and barrier. Ward 9. Okay, we just have to hope this goes okay. Oh, I can block Cytheria with something else. I forgot about that. So I mean, I think this is our weakest unit. 611.
Suspicious.
It is not yet their time.
Okay. Shen is going to flip next turn, but he's not going to look great doing it. And the idea with this being is we're just blocking here to prevent as much damage as we can. We're getting 2 damage on this thing so we can just hook this next turn and not have to worry about these fearsome attacks.
Nothing to worry about if you have nothing to hide.
Do we want to detain? I don't think so. I think we need to save this as when we can play it as an instant. What are we going to do here? If we get like a 3, then we can on guard Winter's Breath next turn. It's going to be pretty tough for us to Winter's Breath like positively. Protege was the perfect draw for that plan.
Break their spirits and their swords.
These woods protect their own.
You're supposed to play something more expensive. This has burst. So we do still have to worry about things like back-to-back, but we can at least hook any unit that he plays and then really dictate how combat goes. But with him having 5 cards in his hand, I have to assume that he's got combat tricks going on, and so I'm just not going to attack with this Instigator. Everything else can attack though. Then the question becomes, do we want to on-guard this stuff? And I'm pretty sure we do. We have a chance to just full clear his board. I mean, we can barrier this. which seems reasonable. So let's do that.
It
Let's
must
get
be
you
done.
the captured one.
Put an
Okay.
end to magic.
Harry
Get
Riposte,
these in.
you are toast. Oh, there.
Do we care about the 1 point of damage, or I think we want the 1 point of damage. He's not likely to cast a lot of spells onto this thing.
Our wills align.
I forgot my Shen was going to flip, so I probably should have put this down here to protect Shen. So I assume this isn't going to go completely right, but he's really just going to be saving units with his combat tricks and not killing ours. Right? It's hard to have a 4 damage trick. He shouldn't have anything at all for this investigator, and he needs 2 tricks to bring down Shen. So this should all in all be pretty safe, and we should be killing some of his units. Sure. Okay. Oh man, and a riposte? Oh, he's got all kinds of things. Yeah, we should have put this guy down here. But it's okay.
As it had to be.
Yeah, definitely a mistake, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Alright, this should hopefully end the game.
Save your worlds. We speak with blades.
I mean,
Right on!
what does this guy even have detained? I don't remember. This guy's a problem. He's going to be huge and have fearsome, but we're going to have to block it with this investigator. We will put something in front of elusive. Okay. Why would we care about that? Alright.
I trust
I mean, we
my
could do this.
instincts.
And we're just going to have to riposte this guy. Right? What happens here if we riposte this? It'll kill Fiora. He'll have these 2 units. Then we're still 1 short. But we can detain something after combat if we need to. So that's okay. And then we'll just take this. Right? Do we want to just take this? No. Okay, that should do it.
Stop there!
I think that was the point. Like, if we're just going to detain it anyways, we should just detain it in combat. Now we're good. We can just hook this. If this is another unit, we can hook it as well. Oh, that loses the damage short. I forgot about that. Okay, we should be good. He has,
I demand satisfaction.
like the barrier lifesteal card. The missile stop us from hurting there. If he has Will of Omnia, he would have played it last turn. Same with detain. He could have just, drawn it, but I think this should be good to do it. Oh, health potion. Okay. I'm just gonna wait and play this on his turn.
I will keep us safe.
Sure. maybe we should just go ahead and play it, because this is what we'll be blocking with. Okay, he should wrap it up. Oh no, he can hook this. I don't remember what we have underneath. It's certainly got 2 units under it. I don't remember what those units are though. I know one is... Oh, he has... Is it a Kinku Lifeblade under here? It is. Oh, that's a problem. Alright, so what's going to happen? He's going to hook this and kill it. We have to block and kill this. I can still win through this. Okay.
Face me!
We can hook his Kinku Lifeblade and kill him with Usari.
Careless!
History will judge you.
Master Sid will be pleased.
Alright, let's see. Let's see if he gets us off the top. Usari on the left. Oh no. Oh no, it stopped. Oh no, he's taking forever. Okay, good. Kite game. You definitely need some top end. I want some like Radiant Guardians or something, but we definitely need some stuff on the big end. And I'll probably just take whatever Lux pile there is. Yeah, we have 1 Detained and access to 3 more. I don't think we're super interested in this. We have a Stand United we don't really want. We're really just playing Shen as an efficient unit. We aren't trying to do Shen things. And having Vanguard Sergeant's great. He might make us value the elusives just a little bit more, should we see any more. But all in all, we'll just, you know, anytime you're trying to get a wide board, he's great. If you have challengers, he's great. And he does the 6-cost spell to turn on Lux and these other new cards we got. Pretty cool. I don't like taking 3rd champions. Shen, interesting. Okay, don't want any of this stuff. Not much better, but our makeshift Fiora should do some work. That's fine. We're not going to play the Conservator. We want to be standaloning our Protege next turn. He just missed his attack with this.
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
Better side protect me.
You call this if aha!
I mean, if he wants to spend a 3-mana spell to save his unit here, we're pretty okay with that. A 3-mana spell, I mean a +3 health. Sure. Just going to take a lot of work to deal with this guy. If he hooks him in, it's going to take 3 cards of work to do it. Seems like, I mean, I'm sure he's just doing this just for the spell. How much do we care about this 1 damage? Like, I mean, we don't care much about the 1 damage. It's just, do we, you know, A, want to get this guy off the board, make things like back-to-back weaker, and 2, are we ever going to get 2 more units out of this? And if we do, I mean, we can hit, you know, a 3-power unit and then whatever's left. So I think I'm pretty okay with this. I guess in a way the thing to consider more there is it's pretty important for us to keep him over 3 health. At least if, you know, we're depending on what we're trying to kill. Since he has access to brittle steel. But I'm okay with this. I'm going to want to challenge this down so I can protect my elusives, and then see if we're able to get these through. Sure. See if it's the good one. It is. We're going to have to detain that. At least we have answers for it. Oh, juicy. That's juicy. That's fine. I want to get the conservator down so I can block this thing with it, and then we'll just blow this guy out with a detain. He can't deny it.
From this land. You'll go no farther.
Okay. That gives an expensive spell too to turn on our instigators. Something we can cast. Oh, progress day. Oh man, that's juicy. So what are we going to do here? I'm cool with playing the chefs and the barrier. We could probably hook and kill to spend anything he has. And then the chefs will give us an additional health. He can play a second unit behind though, which doesn't seem particularly good for us. 7-3. We definitely want to bank 3 spell mana. Yeah, we'll leave the chefs behind.
Run them through.
And then if we trade this barrier for like a brittle steel or a frostbite, I don't really care. If he plays a harsh winds, that would be pretty awesome. Okay, we're super far ahead now. About to draw super ahead on board. About to draw 3, get a bunch of detains. We've just got infinite value here. That's not cool. Fuck. Okay. Not a bad hit from the instigator. Not a bad hit.
Banish the unworthy.
Oh god. Okay. He's doing stuff. No denying that he's doing stuff.
Magic has no place here.
Still think we're pretty okay.
Mages can't hide from me.
I think I want to stop there. We're going to detain this.
I see all. You have no alibi.
Let's go ahead and do this. I want to spend a barrier on this. I want to keep my my unit.
I fight for the fallen.
Okay, we can deal with that one. This Battle Fury fuck is the real issue at hand. This is fine. We've got ripostes and stuff for this. As long as we don't, you know, like immediately die, these instigators are going to be huge.
The fate of mortals and spirits falls to me.
Magic must be stopped.
Before it spreads.
And here we can still 5+3 if we need to.
Unite the frail
Okay, let's go ahead. We gotta start getting rid of some of this shit. So let's go ahead and detain Ash. I'm still gonna plan on taking this down with riposte. Actually, let's take down Shen. I think I like this. We'll take down Shen. We can hook Ash next turn and barrier. This way, if he wanted to put barrier on Radiant Guardian, then we wouldn't be able to kill it with riposte. We can do that now. We want to block with the Persuader in case things go wrong.
You look guilty.
Okay, okay.
Hope burns on.
We're back in it, boys. guy's fucking bonkers. So we can't quite kill him here. We can probably kill him next
Magic must be stopped.
Before
soonish. Kill him soonish with the Relentless Pursuit.
my cause is righteous. You can't outrun justice.
I'm not gonna riposte here. I want to wait and see if he plays a Frostbite. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have one at this point since he hasn't done it. But it seems like I feel like we're just gonna get a spell here at some point and be able to do nice things with the riposte. Do we want to just go ahead and... Yeah. I think we do want to just go ahead and take out this Ash. But see what I mean with these Instigators and Detain? Like, yeah, I'm fully expecting these to live for a while, but even if these die, like, we've gotten so much value out of just having this Detain.
All the world
Incredibly, incredibly
one
powerful.
arrow.
You want to get the Chefs online? Probably. I can kill him with Relentless Pursuit next turn.
Victory lies ahead.
Swiftly now.
We can do this.
Insolent cur.
Set riposte here. Put you here.
Taste the glory.
So this way, this combat will happen, and now we can hook this on our attack back. That does leave us a little short on damage, so we're gonna have to play another unit.
Break their spirits and their
There's a
souls.
reasonable chance he just doesn't have one here. Probably not going to kill him on this attack, but then we can kill him on our turn. He's going to Harsh Winds. Harsh Winds would be shitty here. Shatter. Okay.
You call this hard? Fair.
This has to just end the game.
Lost? Stand in judgment.
So there you go. There's the power of Mageseeker Investigator. Fucking incredible. I can't believe they made a card that made Detain. Oh, it's sick. It's sick. Alright, so let's take this Lux pile. Haven't seen it yet, but I know we're gonna... Oh, thought we were in the third game. It's like we're just taking Lux. Interesting, so I've been saying we need to get some top end, and here it is. Well, we can just take the Empyrean. I'm okay with keeping Rush. It's pretty good with the, you know, the proteges we have. We have been just popping off with standalone on the proteges, but Rush works as well. It does kind of the same thing. You do have the option for a third Investigator, but I think picking up this top end is probably just a little bit more important. Okay, let's see which Darius this is. Here, I'm just going to keep the Protege. I don't know, we are against Nox and Noxus deck. We probably should have to keep the 3-2 as well. And we'll just see how the early game pans out. Alright, I'm cool with our standard play here, just nothing until our bad Fiora. Wow, he's playing Noxus but didn't do anything until turn 3.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
Let's have a super awkward draw.
This'll shake him.
Yep, I'll trade any spell for this. You can't just be getting 2 for 1 from the start with Noxus after not having done any damage.
They'll never see it coming.
They did take Elixir of Wrath out of Nox and Might. They replaced it with Guile. I thought Nox and Might Darius was probably the strongest pool in the game. Makes it quite a bit weaker,
This is my opponent.
because you really just want like 1-cost spells here. Oh, we got a Brother's Bond? Beautiful. Like whenever you're against Noxus, you're typically just looking to not, I call it just don't lose the game. Because our expensive spells are just so much better than everything that they have. So we're off to a pretty good start for the just don't lose the game plan. It's not a quite high value Shen. I don't want to deal with it next turn. Could have played Protege, maybe limit what he actually plays here. Yeah, this is working out fine. If he opens on us, it's not super scary. I can't imagine he opens here though. Sure.
Their guilt is evident.
Let's see how wide he's going to keep going. This is big damage. Sure, there's nothing we can do about that. Okay, so we just want to get Conservator down here so that we can block something. I'll repost this and block one of these big ones and put this in front of one of the small ones.
You'll go no
9. Okay. Vengeance, cool. Because his Darius is pretty scary now. It's very important we drew Vengeance. We need to make. We'll be at 7 mana next turn anyways. But say we need to make sure that we have access to Darius killing mana. Let's just go ahead and pick up a hook.
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
Oh wow, this can happen later? I didn't even realize that. That's extremely powerful. I thought it was just when it was in your hand. So whenever I vengeance him next turn, this guy's still going to have bonus on him.
I demand satisfaction.
A lot of skitters. Trying to think if I need to pull the trigger on this and just lose out on the detain.
I need just a
I
moment.
think we still just get it, right?
Magic must be stopped.
Before it spreads.
We have to put a blocker out nonetheless. We're back to back. Oh, this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. So what are we doing? Let's do this.
Investigating.
Then we can back to back and protect this guy and this guy. I think that seems great. Let's see if we get a detain as well. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I didn't even realize these things happened when they were in play. These things are just bonkers good. Like I thought these were good. And then the first 2 games showed how good these were, but I thought these things had to be in your hand. Like, I didn't think they would actually do it in play. Sure, that's fine. Oh, okay, so this game should pretty much be over now. Between having Vengeance and Detain, we can still lose to random shit like the Harrowing. But that aside, I can't imagine we have much more problem winning the game with what we have here.
There's nothing to fear.
Enforced equilibrium.
Hardly fair.
I don't think she's quite worth the detain. Guillotine. So he's going to get both units. Do we want to just go ahead and detain now that the jig is up? I'd rather keep a Vengeance. Sure, let's go ahead and do it. We're going to do it at some point this turn. Sure.
Nothing can stop me.
Okay.
Charge!
I'm gonna pass here. I wanna keep this barrier mana up. There shouldn't be anything that he can do to like really contest it, but
Where are you?
it wasn't super important to get that out of here. I think this is okay. I'd rather just get the damage in. I do want to attack with Shen, so I get this bonus. Since we have 2 barriers in our hand, there's a pretty reasonable chance to expect that we can actually use his flip for value at some point this game. And here there's nothing that he can kill this with 1 card. If he has a Nox and Guillotine again, then that's fine. But he can't actually kill it with the Shadow Isles cards. All do 3 damage. Okay, we can deal with this. If he wants to attack, we can full clear his board, and then we should be able to just kill him next turn.
Immediately.
I will end this here.
It is not yet their time. They are under my protection.
We actually just have lethal on board here now. Okay, GG.
I find them unworthy.
Cool, good deal, good deal. Okay. There's our Lux. And cool, this has stuff in it we want. We want reinforcements. It just plays extremely well with Lux. That's our third riposte. That's kind of but we're going to be picking a riposte up anyways. And then we're not interested in the Fiora pack whatsoever. So let's get our 3rd Lux here. There you have it. Mix and match all the champions to see their full potential. Duly noted. That's what this guy's doing. Maximizing random collection of champions to their fullest potential. Okay. We'll just be on this same plan of just looking for the Larnt protege. We need our makeshift Fiora. We have 1 million riposts now.
Push back the
Sure.
darkness.
Feed Demacia!
Burn away the shadows.
And we're definitely attacking here. If he wants to trade Lucian for this thing, then we're more than okay with it. And I just want to bank this spell mana. I will try to riposte him down. Looks like it's not going to be possible. We can play an Instigator. Now that we know if he sees it in play, he still gets the spell. Pretty bonkers. But let's see. I don't think so. I think I want to keep riposte mana up, even though he's likely to
Everything's better
just hook the war chefs next turn. Okay, let's see if he does anything. There's a pretty reasonable board to open with. We're going to have to play an investigator.
This is mercy.
Really? Okay. Well, I mean, I'll trade a spell for Lucian if that's the game you're offering up here. Assume he's got a barrier or something of his own, or he wouldn't make this attack without hooking. Yep.
Eat up, friend.
This is good, because now we can get these investigators on board.
Magic has no place here.
I thought we had a 6-cost spell. We don't, but these are still a lot safer now. This open looks pretty safe as well, but let's get Usari down since we don't have combat tricks anymore. Let's say he's certainly got another one, but I'm okay with trading another trick for this Lucian. He's gonna get out of hand. I think we want to
Hand to the face.
Put
do this,
an end to me.
do this. We can back to back here, which would be pretty bad, but we'd still win this combat at least against Lucian. This has to be a back-to-back, right? Otherwise, why would he block you with this? He would just play whatever spell he has. If he has a barrier, he would play it on Lucian, but I can't imagine him wanting to spend a spell to take down war chefs. This just reeks of back-to-back. That's perfectly fine.
A morsel of bread.
We got what we're running out of it. Now his attacks aren't particularly good. We can deal with the duo eventually. Stand alone.
Victory lies ahead.
Okay, well,
Stay safe, milady.
we'll move on to the Lux plan.
Mages are
So this the duo can still attack. None of his other attacks are any good here. I mean, if he wants to hook Lux with this and try to get in the first blade, that's okay. Okay, so our units are safe this turn. I want to bank this 3 spell mana so we can just play a bunch of spells next turn. And this should stop his shenanigans with this guy. Or maybe it won't. That's okay, we're looking to play both Detain and Riposte next turn. That'll give us a final spark as well. We should be starting to take this game over.
The eye of twilight sees all.
Okay, so if we want to detain Shen, we need to do it now, which I think is okay. The problem here being is he can just hook a Silverwing Scout with Bird. I don't really want to detain Bird, so let's just detain the Empyrean. If he has a deny here, we probably just lose the game. Well, we're alive, but essentially lost it. I wish this would show you the unit underneath on highlight. Like, we have so many detains now. I wish we knew what was underneath.
You're covered.
Duty,
Unit?
selflessness.
What the hell is... I've never even fucking seen this screen before. Get this out of here. Okay, what happened? You put a barrier on Shen? Okay. That's fine.
I sense an imbalance.
So this will hook here, and then we kind of have our choice of where else to block. We block. Ooh, why would you hook Instigator? There you go. Okay, I'm just going to assume that we're going to be losing our...
Shine with
Going to be
me.
doing something to Lux. We can do this.
I trust my
Take
instincts.
6. We have this riposte if we need it. If we can't riposte, then we can succession after combat. Take 6. Okay. I'm okay with this. Okay, so now we can switch to doing standalone. Okay. Oh, I forgot about my detain on the Empyrean. I should have saved that unit.
Better, brighter than before.
Let's do some sparking. Need to keep these for the next turn. I think we have to final spark this. And then
No more holding back. Hang on, Cern.
do we want to go ahead and play an investigator? I don't think so. Can we ever just win this game on the spot here? No, probably not. Yeah, I should have reposted my unit to keep this from coming back into play. That was a mistake. I forgot about the detain. Anyways, let's see what happens here.
Eliminate the enemy.
Maybe he'll just block with the Empyrean. Okay, he did not. Oh man, well, yeah, that's the awkward thing there, is we can't just like riposte beforehand, because then he's just gonna block. So,
This place reeks of foul magic.
let's play both of these investigators. I don't think we have a spell we can even cast.
This place
But-
reeks of foul magic.
Rude.
But what happens here now? If we just attack with all this stuff, I think we have to. These blocks are all good for him. We need to attack and him not block something? Ugh. That doesn't seem likely. Then our final spark's gonna fall just a little bit short. I don't think we have a choice though. What can we do? We can make Final Spark with Lux. We can kill something, anything. He has 4 blockers. And then he just blocks everything, but he'll still have... He can pick good blocks, so he'd only lose the tracker. Okay. That's not going to do it. Yeah, I messed this up. I needed to repost our unit that had this detained. That was
Hardly fair.
not intelligent, Runeterra. I think we probably would have won that game too at that point. That Lux would have started to take a
Our
board.
wills align.
But we're learning. It's okay. I think I'm okay with this. I don't really like Purifies in this deck, and I do want another way to make a 6-cost spell. So let's pick that up. I didn't want to trade out our Remembrance. More of these. No idea what. So many people play 3 champions. I think this is terrible. Let's see. We can keep Succession. We can always play this on 2. If it doesn't look like we have a protege type draw. Do we just want to curve this out? Probably. I'm gonna do it with the chefs though. Sure.
Taste my steel.
That's fine.
Strength and grace.
Let's see what kind of good hooks we can start getting. If he tries to play spells and stuff here, we do have riposte that we can cast.
Batter him. Punch. Can't fight on an empty stomach. Take my helmet.
And a remembrance, sure. That's the top. Okay, we can deal with them. The only scary one is when they have the Radiant Guardian.
I'm on it. I can do this.
So do we want to just go like fully WAD and then try to for Demacia? I don't think so. I think we're gonna just be making elites here. We will be able to pick up a detain with this eventually. But I think we want to get our elite and our elite down and then play a reinforcements. In that case, I'll take the hit from this guy and then see what we can do with these other ones. I want to block like this, take 5. Sure.
Time to go. Discipline and steel.
So here's this. All we really care about this turn is this guy. One and one. I kind of do want to protect this, because I may need to be able to hook in a Heimerdinger. But we will have access to a detain. How okay are we with this? I'm not real okay with that. I think we need to protect it. If he spends another spell here, I'm done. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just get down our Succession and the Instigator.
A disgrace.
Magic has no place here.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have done that, so I could have also got closer to doing both the reinforcements and because then I could have reinforced this turn before Demacia next turn. Yeah, I messed that up. Let's at least do this. We'll get Shen on. Can reinforcements next turn. Our attacks look pretty reasonable. Is this active? No. Okay.
A Demacian soldier is worth 10 foes.
Yeah. Pretty sure I messed that up. Well, let's see what happens. He might have to play a defensive for Demacia here. Progress day, sure. Okay. Now these attacks here aren't particularly good. I think we're just going to have to try to build up to a big 4 Demacia turn. I'm going to bank this spell mana instead of playing this in case we draw Lux or something. Or that.
Root out magic.
At its source.
Do we just want to go ahead and play this? 6, and we'll have 6 behind. We can only play 1 spell. Probably. This leaves us in a spot. Mageseekers. Okay. I assume he's going to attack. We can detain this.
I got here first.
Then next turn we'll have access to 4 Demacia plus spell. Okay, I think that's fine. So I mean he can detain this guy now and get his back. I think that's okay. We're just more worried about not dying there. I think also though he's going to have to play his 4 Demacia now, and so he can't detain. I mean, I really wish I could have rolled back a few turns and not protected that challenger. So that mean, right, this is what his decision has to either be now. He can either A, play detain, B, he can 4 Demacia, or C, he can play a unit behind. And I assume he's probably goes for the detain. Okay. So that'll get back Shen Maedra. So I mean, he can just block everything.
It must be done.
This is okay.
For the fallen! Meet them head on!
Search them.
I trust my instincts.
Okay.
Discover the unknown.
I think I might need to go ahead and just gain a bunch of life. Okay with Shen taking damage, I don't care about Shen. So let's just do it on our big unit. If he has a prismatic barrier, this could be pretty bad.
My father's blade.
I should have maybe done this guy, so if he's going to prismatic barrier, it would save his conservator.
Discover the unknown. My time has come.
But at least, I mean, we're super ahead on board now. Our life total is back to being healthy, so we don't have to worry about this thing killing us. Maybe kill him next turn.
Exploring.
Okay. Come on. Yeah. The second time that conservator's done that to us.
It's been a long path to get here.
I will keep us safe.
That's frustrating. The ruination 2 times in a row. Okay. Okay, friend.
Sight protect me.
seems to be the problem.
The sun is shining. We should too. Right on!
Okay. Let's see how this pans out.
Stops with me.
Yep. I guess I shouldn't have played the instigator either. I kind of just got salty whenever that last round went poorly.
Stand by.
That's probably gonna kill us too. Oh, it's frustrating.
Careless.
We should definitely still be in this run.
Design enables fragment projectile firing.
It's gonna be extremely hard to beat this Heimerdinger now. Sure. Because he's just gonna have full board. Yeah, I had not played this game well. He's gonna maybe give us the upper. I can't imagine he attacks with Heimerdinger here. Can we survive any of this either way? Got 3 blocks and we're gonna take no. Damn. I threw this one. Because if I hadn't messed that up, if we had that extra mana, I could have cast both spells, Flip Lux in combat, gotten the final spark, and then killed his Heimerdinger. Is he really just not going to attack with everything? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, he can hit us for 6. But that's disappointing. We threw this game. Probably threw the one previously as well. But I mean, we did at least get to see these Mageseekers are fucking bonkers. Like, I think those are likely tuned for constructed and not for expedition. Is the one that makes detains is literally just insane. But it was a good run. It was good that we got to test those out. That was one of the big things I gathered if you caught my patch first impressions, that I thought those Mageseekers were all just going to be incredibly powerful. I think they gave the biggest boost to Demacia in expeditions, and I'm pretty sure I'm just spot on with that. All of those are just pretty outstanding. But we threw that last game. It was not due to the good cards that we had there with the Mageseekers. It was because I kind of spaced out and spent my mana poorly. But there you have it. Free to play bust. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.